Hey guys, what's up? Jimmy here with another Lots of Games video. I wanted to make this video and share with you guys, do a little bit of a comparison for you guys. Through the years, I've been able to watch the press conferences for PlayStation and Xbox, and I've loved these presentations. Some of these presentations, of course, have been better than others, but I love learning about these things. And, you know, I know a lot of you guys watching this are on the same page with me. So through the years of the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 of watching this. Now, of course, we're at the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. Now, the PlayStation 3 worldwide up to this point, of course, the PS3 has been out for a really long time. And worldwide, the PS3 has sold a little over 86 million systems, which is really, really incredible. And the Xbox 360 has sold almost that amount. The Xbox 360 worldwide has sold a little over 85 million systems worldwide. So it's really cool to see that both these systems, of course, a lot of third-party games were released for both these consoles. The Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, they both had awesome, wonderful exclusives. But the PlayStation 4 isn't doing too shabby as well. The PS4 actually, you know, has been out for around 4.5 years. And so far, it's selling. So these two systems have been out like twice as long as this. In some cases, longer than twice as long than the PS4. But the PS4 worldwide, up to this point, has sold a little over 77 million, around 78 million consoles worldwide. 78 million consoles, okay? So obviously up to this point, these consoles have been out, you know, around twice as long as the PS4. And through the lifetime span, the PS3 up to this point has sold more than the PS4, and the Xbox 360 up to this point has sold more than the PS4. But let's do a comparison though. Actually talk about how both of these consoles combine the system sales for these systems. Now let's do a quick comparison. So let's just say, so up to this point, about 4.5 years, the PS4 has been out. So around 52, 54 months that these two consoles were out, around 4.5 years that these two consoles were out, they were actually selling pretty well. And combine these two systems and how well that they were selling, if you combine the total consoles sold for the PS3 and the Xbox 360 in their first around 52 months, 54 months, you're talking about 86 million consoles sold. So really not that big of a gap. You know, like, well, you know, it sold more than the PS4, but these are two systems and both of them sold very, very well. You know, third-party developers were just lining up like dozens and dozens of third-party developers because they wanted to make a lot of money, because they knew that if they released their game, if it was a good game, and they released it on the PS3 or the Xbox 360, they'd have a hit on their hands. And also kind of do a quick comparison, you know, with getting a console, ultimately comes down to what really propels a system. There's a lot of different factors. Obviously, price is really important. You know, when that PS3 launched at $600, people bought it. But once it was at the $300 price point, and once there were a lot more games, a lot bigger library of games, the PS3 started to really take off, propel, and sell like it had never sold before. So kind of also actually do a comparison with the games to let you guys know. So a little while back, I talked about how the PlayStation 4 worldwide up to this point, over 100 games for this library has sold at least 1 million copies for games, and which is fantastic. And I recently was doing some research, and up to this point, the PlayStation 4 actually has around 130 titles in its library. Its top 130 best-selling games have sold at least 1 million copies, which that is no joke. You know, you've got games like Black Ops 3 and Grand Theft Auto 5. Those are games that, you know, at retail, each of those games have sold hundreds of millions of dollars worth of games. But then you've got the games that have sold, you know, 1 million or 1.5 million, which is still nothing to really take anything away from. Selling 1 million games, that's awesome. That's amazing. So kind of go back with the comparison. Of course, these consoles have been out a whole lot longer than the PS4, but PS3 and the Xbox 360 seriously had some great games and wonderful different genres to choose from. PS3, around 240, 250 of their top 200, let's just say 250 games. You've got the library, like, okay, what's their top 250 games? 250 games, if you have the top lineup, have sold at least 1 million copies. And the same is actually true with the Xbox 360. It's around this. Not, I don't think, as much as the PS3, but both of them head to head, the PS3 and Xbox 360, hundreds of games for each platform. Their top hundreds of games have sold at least 1 million copies. And obviously that's a lot more than the PS4, but granted, you still have a lot more life that the PS4 has to go on. Of course, a lot of people are talking about the PS5, but it's going to be quite a while before the PS4 is going to be off the retail shelves. Now, whether the PS5 is out in a year or whether it's out in 2 years or 3 years, that's important. But I think what's also important is that, you know, if a lot of you guys just recently got a PS4, I want to let you know, and so that you're rest assured that games for this system are going to continue to be developed and released for years to come, regardless of when the PS5 is going to be released. A lot of people know, like, hey, the PS4 is selling so well. On a comparison basis, it's actually selling a lot better than the PS3 and Xbox 360 when you're comparing the first 4.5 years of sales. And that's really incredible because both these consoles sold very, very well. And so in the future, companies like Activision are going to continue to make a mint on games like Call of Duty. And companies like Rockstar are going to continue to make a mint and a whole lot of money off games like Red Dead Redemption 2. And if and when Grand Theft Auto 6 gets released, rest assured that the PS4 is going to continue to have games released for the system. So guys, just a quick comparison, let you guys know that the PS4 is selling very, very well, and the games are selling very, very well. And just kind of quick comparison to both these consoles. For those of you guys out there that still have a 360 and PS3, let me know your thoughts on those consoles, and also what games you've been really enjoying on the PlayStation 4 and what games you're looking forward to for this system for the rest of this year. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you later.